Hello everyone, I'm Maria Bahabal, and now in this week 3 discussion video, I'm going to talk about the historical and also the cultural context of the Bible. I believe that understanding the historical, situational, and cultural context of the Bible is essential because we live in different times from one generation to the next generation, and most importantly, our cultures are also different. The Bible was written over several generations and addresses various topics. For example, in the Old Testament, it discusses um, the history and also the laws, while the New Testament it discusses about Jesus and also the early church, and starting with Jewish, Roman, and Greek cultures, which have enriched the Bible with cultural elements, especially since some of its books were written thousands of years ago. So the question is it possible to read the Bible responsibly without knowing the world behind the text? And I think many of the believers do read the scriptures with faith, and they gain the spiritual insight even without deep historical knowledge. However, when we read a verse with an understanding of its context and history behind it, we will better understand what is happening in the Bible, and we will not misinterpret it. I have one of my favorite examples for these topics, for this cultural and historical topic of the Bible, which is the last or the final words that Jesus spoke on the cross. So, the last words that Jesus spoke were, "It is finished." If we look at the Bible passages or movies about Jesus' death, death on the cross, the actor who's playing Jesus will say it is finished in a lower or soft voice. But in fact, it is finished comes from the Greek word tetelestai, which means the debt is paid for yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And it is also used in a military context, meaning that the battle had been won and victory was received. When you win a battle, do you announce it quietly or do you proclaim it with great enthusiasm? That's what happened with Jesus. He cried out, declaring that the debt of your sin has been fully paid. The judgment for your sin has been fully served, and the spiritual war against that sin and Satan has been completely won in Christ. So that's all from me, and thank you.